Welcome back to Big Board Sports. We follow Mike and Mike. Take you to Hahn and Humpty on this Thursday afternoon, and Maine Endwell getting a lot of headlines as they are the champs of a Little League World Series, and they were honored. Actually, saw them on the field at Citi Field before the Mets game last night, hanging out with Yoenis Cespedes. So really good stuff. The assistant coach is Joe Hopko, and Joe joins us for a few minutes here on Big Board Sports. Joe, has it really set in and sunk in yet as to what you guys accomplished?
Well, thank you for the congratulations. We're happy to be home. You spend 5 or 6 weeks on the road going through the tournament with 11, 12-year-old boys. It's exhausting, but it's fun. So we're all happy to be home. The kids were down actually at Citi Field with the Mets last night, where they were recognized out on the field with Governor Cuomo. So that was exciting for them. So we're starting the road show. So we're happy to be home.
The road show. Tell us kind of, again, what the obligations have been like. You guys had a parade. I know you've done the Binghamton Mets game. You've been to the New York Mets. What else is next? What else is there to do on this celebration tour?
Yeah, I tell you, the support's been overwhelming. It really has. Not only from our local community, but people across the state and throughout the region. It's really been overwhelming. We actually were assigned a public relations consultant just to handle all the incoming requests that we're getting. So we've got a few things lined up for the weekend. We're trying to balance, letting the kids be 12-year-old kids for a while here and not to get them overextended. They're tired as it is, but to try to give a little bit of thanks back to the people who have supported us all along the way. So,
hey Joe, I got to ask you. I coach Little League baseball too, and when you get to that 12-year-old level, I think you start and you go, hey, is this a team that could make a deep run? It's the Williamsport year. We all go through that. I'm sure you got many guys listening to the show right now that have kids playing Little League baseball. So when you guys started at the beginning, did you really think it could end in Williamsport and accomplish what you have?
Well, it's great how it unfolded. I think we knew we had a good club coming into the All-Star season, and I say that because 6 of the kids who are on the team this year were on the All-Star team last year, who made it all the way through, about halfway through the regional tournament out in Connecticut. They were sort of 2 games away from getting to Williamsport. So we knew we had a good base to start with. Never expected the kids to kind of put together a 24-0 run and get through Williamsport the way they did. You think about it, and it's, what kid gets an opportunity to play in front of 25,000 people, and how do you prepare them for that? And the answer is there is no way to prepare for it. But the kids handled it well. They kept their composure and kind of went out there with some confidence. I do think the core of kids that were coming back helped to settle the team down a little bit, because they had been there to some degree. So, long-winded answer, but I think we had a good core coming back, and we just rolled the ball out every night and saw what happened. So.
Joe, I've seen people on Facebook having the debate of what is the greatest athletic accomplishment for the Southern Tier, and people have said Ernie Davis winning the Heisman at Syracuse, the B Mets, the B Binghamton Senators. So there's been a lot of good things that have happened in the Southern Tier, but have you gotten an idea on the perspective of where this ranks? Is this right at the top?
Certainly it's at the top for us, but we've been in such a bubble the last month or so. We're starting to get an appreciation, as I said, for the level of support that we had, here at home and beyond. Not sure we're at the caliber of an Ernie Davis at this point, given that they're 12-year-old kids, but certainly a great accomplishment for the kids. They put a lot of work into it. We as a coaching staff just try to keep them grounded and keep them confident. Boy, you're staring at a South Korean team the other day who was, far and away, I think the most, I'll call it, most organized, most ready team down at Williamsport. They looked like small men down there, and you're staring them down. We just told the kids, hey, go out and have fun. Do what got you here, and they put together a great game. So it was fun to watch. It really was, as heart-wrenching as it was, for the South Koreans to kind of come out on the short end of it at the end. Credit to both teams. That was a great game, especially if you like pitching.
We are talking to assistant coach Joe Hopko from Maine Endwell. They are the talk of the Little League World Series. They are the champions. Joe, what was it like going through the whole process with these guys, and not only on the field, but what was it like away from the field? What did they do? Who did they meet? Who did they hang out with? I mean, that's a whole separate experience in itself.
Yeah, it really was. It's an unbelievable experience for the kids. And until you're down there in the middle of it all, you don't really have an appreciation for all the stuff that goes on outside of the game time. Kids get to interact with kids who are just like them playing Little League baseball from all over the world. And, they're doing sign language and trying to communicate with each other. A lot of ping pong sort of broke the ice. So it really was a really cool experience for the kids to have a chance to go down there and do that for 2 weeks.
The kids are going back to school, I presume, in the next week or so. How big of celebrities are they going to be when they walk into their 6th and 7th grade classes?
Well, we've talked to them a lot about that. Hey, back to normal life, if you will. Nobody's above anybody else, and just kind of take it as it comes. I think it's a good enough group. They've got the right perspective, but certainly they'll be walking around the halls of their schools with a lot more attention than they would have gotten. So hopefully they handle it in the right way. I think they will.
Hey, Joe, thank you very much. Congrats on everything. And I know how the body temperature works with you guys. You'll probably give these kids a couple of weeks off, and then the winter workouts will begin ASAP. Am I right about that?
Right around the corner. Thanks for having me.